So, welcome back, everyone, and I hope all of you are doing fine and you are all are taking care of yourself and your loved one during these times when the cases have begun to rise again. So, take care of yourself and your family. So, that is the first message I want to give you all. And this video is going to be about your last 40 days preparations for NIMCET 2021. This video which is I'm making will be in English because there are some people who are watching from south and also from northeast that who have problem with the Hindi. So this video will be in English. It will be in English because most of the people understand English, but many have problems with understanding Hindi. So this video is going to be in English, and this video is primarily about your last month preparations of NIMCET 2021 examinations. All of those who are giving your NIMCET 2021 and uh, just 1 month is left. So it is very important for you to keep yourself collected, keep yourself calm in this last month, and only do things which are very very essential for you to do, and not getting indulged in something that will take your chances away from cracking this exam. So right away I will start with the tips for your last month preparations. Now let me tell you, these tips are exclusively only for your last month preparation. Don't use these tips if you are preparing for in long term, say for after 1 month exam or 6 month exam. If you are watching this after NIMCET 2021 exam, just don't follow these tips in your regular days. These tips are exclusively for only when you have like a month left or 40 days left. Only then these tips are very very effective. So these are the tips that I followed and were very effective in me getting in I getting a good score in NIMCET exam. And these tips, if you follow these tips in your last month preparation, one thing I can say is that your score will improve substantially. If you have been assuming that you might not even crack the exam, if you follow these tips, it will be a surprise, you will crack exam. If you think that you won't be able to do very good in exam, follow these tips, you will do excellent in your exam. If you think that you will be settled down to some other college and not just in not NITs, well, follow these steps, it will surprise you. It will give like a really, it will really boost your rank, it will really score, yeah, it will really improve the score in your exam. So the first step is memorize all the formulas. Now information regarding all the things, where I studied from, who am I, and how I prepared my NIMCET preparation in last 6 months and everything, I've already talked about in the last two videos which are posted on my channel. You can check them out in my channel, or I will also give the description in the link for that. So in one of those video I've told you that you have to have a formula copy. Now if you have a formula copy, memorize all the formulas immediately. Like, do not leave any formulas. You have to memorize formulas from all the subjects, be it coordinate geometry, calculus, trigonometry, it doesn't matter. Memorize all those formula and revise them every day. Like, give half an hour to 1 hour every day to just memorize all these formulas, because formulas are going to help you a lot when you are solving these questions, because there are many questions in the exam that are formula based, and if you lack your knowledge in revising in memorizing these formulas, you might not, you know you will waste your time in forming formulas and remembering them. So memorize all the formulas. If you haven't made a formula copy, by the way, what you can do is that you can go to these sites of Resonance, Allen, Fitg. They all have formula sheets which you can download their PDFs and revise from that. I will link one of these sheets in my description as well. You can go and download from there. The second tip is solve all the PYQs of last 10 month at least 10 times. Now I have emphasized a lot on at least 10 times. Some people doesn't understand the fact that the last 10 last previous year's questions are very much important, because I have observed that in NIMCET exams most of the questions are of similar type. Most of the questions are of similar type, and you will be able to solve many of them if you are well versed with the previous year questions. So go ahead, um, download all 10-year papers, have their solution answer key handy with you, be in digital format or in hard copy. Just solve them at least 10 times full time, and it will be even great if you are able to solve these papers in the mock test pattern. Like, give yourself a mock test of every last 10-year paper, and that will be even great. If you have solved it multiple times, then you may do one thing. You may, like, whenever you're solving a previous year paper, give yourself a 2 hour duration, and in that time try to score as much as you can. If you are not able to solve few problems, just take a note of them, find out the solution, do it yourself in the free time, and then learn them. If you have already given that papers many times, then you can just reduce your duration of paper and still solve that paper. Like, if you have done NIMCET 2016 examination, you have taken a mock test of that, don't worry, take that test again, and this time reduce your duration from 2 hour to 1 hour, and try to score the same marks as you have scored in a 2 hour duration. So you can do that. And if you aren't into the if you aren't do not have much time to solve papers, you could just solve them as PYQs. Third, give mock test 4 to 5 mock tests per week. So this is again very important, and mock test right now is not a thing to judge your level of preparations, because in last month nothing is clear. The only thing the mock tests are going to do right now is for you is to develop a paper solving technique. So give as much as mock test as possible, not for judging your score, or not for comparing yourself to the other people. You might do that if you want, but right now the sole purpose for giving mock test in these last 30 days should be only be to develop a paper solving technique, increase your accuracy, try to solve as less of the wrong questions as possible, score more, and that is what is going to give you a high leverage while solving the paper. And the fourth tip is like optional tip, is not for everyone. For example, if you have few weak topics, or if you haven't completed your syllabus completely, you might take 2 hours in your day in these last 30 days, and can give those 2 hours or 3 hours to completing those topics which you haven't covered, or the topics in which you are weak. Remember this thing, do not solve tough questions from these topics. You may take NCRT or RD Sharma subjective in order to solve these topics. And please do not focus on practicing from books anymore. Like, try to avoid book as much as possible. If you want to practice, just practice PYQs, give as many mock tests as possible, and memorize all the formulae. If you have some problem, then revise that topics 2 hour a day, and try to make a like a schedule or a plan as to like, there are around 3 weeks. I can say that there are around 3 weeks, 21 days that you can use for revision, and in these 3 weeks you can choose topics one by one and give them 3 to 4 hours every day and revise those topics. And how to revise? Just go through the notes, just go through the solved examples, and that's it. That's all you have to do in revision. And you're already memorizing the formulas. That is 50% of the revision done already in the morning, when you will memorize the formula and revise those formulas. So uh, on revision, I'll say that keep the time as less as possible, give more of the time in solving mock test, and also solving in PYQs. So do not think that without solving PYQs you will be able to score good. Solving PYQ is very important. Try to do it at least 10 times just before the NIMCET 2021 exam. So these were the tips for the last month preparation. Now, there's one more thing, which is right now, do not practice from book, that I've already told you. Like, if you have done the syllabus, that's well and fine. If you are weak in topics, then maybe practice something from book, but do not use book for practice. Do not use any kind of book for practice. Keep them aside. If you want to practice, paper solve. Okay, solve papers of previous years, solve mock tests, solve papers from other exams, but just do not pick up the book and start solving sequentially. That won't help. That will take a lot of time, and that will surely lead to a less score in your exam. So paper solving is should be more important than practicing from the book, and PYQ should be more important than mock test. Mock test is only right now for developing a paper solving technique. Mock test has nothing to do how much score you are scoring in mock test right now. It doesn't matter. The fact is, at the end, the all that matter is the end exam, the NIMCET end exam, and mock test plays a very important role just for developing a paper solving technique. So focus more on PYQs more than mock test, and paper solving more than practicing from the book. And now, here is a very motivational thing that I would like to tell you all. There might be some of you who might be wondering that their preparation is weak, they have less syllabus complete, and how they can score, how they can even imagine to score a good even to crack exam when their preparation is so weak. There might be some students whose preparation might be 50% complete or 60% complete, and they might be wondering, how can I even crack this exam? How can I even score a good rank in this exam when my preparation is so dull and so weak? So for those, I'll like to tell you a one sentence: wise beats smart, and smarts always beats intelligence. It is true that during your preparation, during your exam, there will be so many students who have completed all of their syllabus, and they are scoring good marks in the mock test, all of that. But the fact is, if you try to uh, inculcate in yourself a paper solving technique more than focus on completing syllabus, and if you practice a lot of that, if you solve a lot of PYQs, your chances of cracking the exam and even attaining a good rank is not impossible. Let me tell you that much. That is true. That was true in my case. That will be true in your case as well if you follow my advice. So here is an example. It is not a real life example, it's a fictional example from an anime called Haikyuu. If you haven't watched, watch this anime after your NIMCET exam. Don't watch it before, because now is not the time. Now is the time to give yourself completely to this exams. Like, do not get distracted right now. Okay, so what happens is that there are two really good players in this anime. This is a volleyball anime, and there's one guy called Oikawa and another guy called Kageyama. So Kageyama is one of the guys who is really genius. He develops his own intuition. He is very knowledgeable, and he can understand. Like, he's very really smart. Like, very smart. This guy is, and he develops really, like, he progresses very exponentially, and everything, like, people admire Kageyama to be like Kageyama. On the other hand, we have a guy like Oikawa. Now, Oikawa is not as genius as Kageyama. Oikawa is not as smart as Kageyama. He does not have intuition of Kageyama. But still, on a given day, Oikawa can always beat Kageyama. The reason why he does that is because Oikawa is wise, because he has practiced a lot. He has played a lot of many games than Kageyama. He has practiced a lot. He has repeated all his moves. He has developed a technique that is way that has given him way better knowledge, way better wisdom than Kageyama. So at any given day, people like you and me who are like Oikawa, we do not share the intelligence, we do not share the genius of people like Kageyama who will might have been watching the video, but we don't share that and we do not have much preparation. So what we will do, we will inculcate in ourselves that practice. We will expose ourselves to more hard scenarios. We will try to practice as much as possible in order to improve our paper solving technique. So that we will do that, and surely the people who might be thinking that all of their syllabus is done, they will be living in a delusion when we will beat them in the exam. So now is a story which is true in my case. This has happened in my case. So in August of 2020, when I gave the BHUMC exam, my All India rank was 392, which is very poor according to the preparations I had made, because the BHU exam is not as tough as NIMCET, or not as at par as NIMCET or other as the MC exam, but still I scored a very poor rank. The reason was very simple. I lacked paper solving technique. I hadn't solved much of the papers, and I was really fearful of solving mock test of scoring really low marks. So what I did was I didn't went to solve more papers. In fact, I went to do more practice and I went to do more revision, which ended up I getting an All India rank of 392, which is just not a really good rank, and I wasn't called for the interview anyways. So what I did after coming home, after giving the BHU exam, which went quite poorly, I came home, and then what I did is that I started giving more mock tests. I told myself that I will not be distracted by the fact that I might be scoring too low and my syllabus is not complete. I might have not good preparation. Whatever may be the distraction, I won't let myself be distracted, and I will only give papers every day. Then I started giving 4 mock tests per week, and by the September when I gave UPSC, which went quite well because it was also a very simple exam. So UPC is not that typical of exam. So I attained an All India rank of 7. Well, that's great, but I wasn't attaining for an All India rank 7, but it was possible because I just started giving more tests. I um, I started exposing myself to tough tests. Started exposing myself to more challenges. So that led me to attain an All India rank of 7. Then I increased my test even more because this pattern was helping me. So by the time I gave NIMCET, I had given so many tests. I have practiced a lot. I have memorized all the formulas, and the result is All India rank of 129. By the time I gave Maharashtra CET exam, I stopped giving my mock test after NIMCET because I already knew that I had performed good. So what I did, that I stopped giving tests and I wasn't in the mood of giving more tests. So I just memorized the formulas, and I will say the best result I had is with me is the Maharashtra CET exam, in which I scored All India rank of 15. So you see, just one improvement that I did was one thing I changed was giving more mock test, giving more, solve more previous year papers, and just memorize the formulae. And because of that, it made a huge difference. So that is my advice to you as well. In these last 30 months, you have to expose yourself to the more mock test, so that it might inculcate in you the paper solving technique, the pressure handling capability, the time management, and everything. And try to have a goal to improve your accuracy. Okay, try to score as much as possible, try to manage your time, do everything. How to solve paper, I've already discussed about it in the previous video, so go check that video out. Also, don't panic right now. Okay, everything is going good. Whatever syllabus you have completed, be confident in that. Okay, and just give more tests. That's it. That will take your rank from whatever you have been thinking to much better rank, much better score. That has happened to me, and if you follow this, that will happen to you also. And try to believe in yourself that you can do it, because if you don't believe in yourself, things are going to get little bit difficult to in this exam, or it is true for life as well. If you don't believe in yourself, it becomes really harder to solve a problem in your life, or even crack an exam like NIMCET. So at the end, I like to say that best of luck, and you can do it. So I will meet you all after the NIMCET exam, because um, right now in my college a lot of things are going on, and I do not have much time to make videos and talk to you all, but I try to do it on my Discord. So if you haven't joined my Discord, please do it. Its link is in the description. If you like to talk me on other medium like Telegram, its link is also in the description. You can talk me anytime you want. I have been replying to many people. However, there are few people on the LinkedIn that I haven't replied. It's just because I do not get much time, because of there's a lot of pressure on me in these semesters of in these first and second semester of MCA. After that, I might be making video more consistently. So till then, best of luck. Believe in yourself, and let me tell you, you can do it if you believe in yourself. So thank you.